Today, let's talk about becoming more self-aware. Self-awareness is the key factor in improving everything in your life, because the one commonality amongst every area of your life is you. And if you know exactly what happens inside of you, if you know exactly how to solve it, and if you know exactly how to improve it, then all those areas will improve as well. For that, we need self-awareness. Tip number 1, check your emotions every hour. If you can do it more than every hour, then do it every half hour, every 15 minutes, every 5 minutes if you can do that. But just check where you're at right now. What are you feeling? What are you currently feeling? Are you feeling happy? Are you feeling excited? Are you maybe a bit bored? Are you maybe a bit angry? What is it that you're currently feeling? Just checking up on that will get you into the habit of focusing inward, focusing on what's happening inside of you. And then it will be easier to do that when you're really stressed out, when you're really negative, or when you're really frustrated. Because it's in those moments that we usually forget about just checking up on ourselves. And then we just let the emotions run wild inside ourselves. And then we end up in all kinds of bad places. Check up on yourself at least once every hour. Set an alarm on your phone, set an alarm on your computer to remind you of that, and check where you're at right now. Tip number 2, be honest with yourself. You spend so much time just alone with yourself that if you start lying to yourself, you're gonna live a life of lies. Start being honest with yourself. No matter how stupid, no matter how crazy, no matter how sad, frustrating, angry, afraid you are, just be honest. If you want something that other people think is stupid or crazy, at least be honest about it with yourself. You don't have to say all these things to other people. You just have to admit it to yourself. Because as soon as you do that, you actually go for the things that you want, you actually go away from the things that you don't want, and it'll make the discrepancy about the life you want to have less and less and less. Whenever you're telling yourself something like, I don't actually want that, stop, wait, retrace your steps, and think really hard about whether you do actually want it or not. It doesn't matter if you can get it or not. Just be honest. Do you want it? That's the question. Yes or no? Are you afraid of this? Yes or no? You have the 50-50 here of choosing the honest choice and choosing the lie. It's not that hard. Tip number 3, be honest to others. Now I know I just said you don't have to tell everyone, but if you can, then do it. Because when you're honest to everyone else, you're obviously honest to yourself. If you're not lying to anyone else, then you get in the habit of not lying, which will make you lie less to yourself as well. And it's just the other way around as well. If you lie less to yourself, you'll find less reason to lie to others. You still can, it's your choice. But being honest is much better because then you actually know what happens. If you don't lie to others, you won't lie to yourself, and then you'll become more self-aware because you're finally honest with yourself. Tip number 4, take some time every week to write down what you want and what you don't want. Just write it down. No one has to see it, no one has to look at that again. It's just for you to write it down once, and then you can scrap the piece of paper if you want to. But write it down at least once a week. What do you want? What do you not want? Write everything down, and don't cheat yourself. This is not some place you have to be humble and say, oh, if I want this, then I'll choose not to have this so I can get that. That's not how this works. You're gonna say everything you want. Imagine it like a genie that will fill any wish you ask of it. And the 2 wishes you're asking it is, I want these things, and it'll give you everything. And you're asking, I do not want these things, and it will remove all of those things. Write them down at least once a week if you can do it every day. But write it down to become more self-aware, to be aware of what you want and what you don't want, so you can get the life that you want. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to leave a like, and as always, subscribe to see more amazing videos, and I'll see you in the next one.